A new Australian gold rush is returning to historic mining towns and city streets. Everyone, it seems, wants their share of the precious metal, which has risen in value by more than 50% over the past year. Here in Sydney's CBD, dozens line up outside this bullion shop for hours in the hope of making a small fortune, now or in the future. Some are buying, others are selling. Hundreds of kilometres away in the Great Dividing Range, prospectors are digging.
Do the digging in the hard yards.
If there's gold in them there hills, Job Drinkwater will discover it.
And as you can see, I found a pretty nice bit of colour there, as the locals would say. Just a good dozen little specks, so I could set up camp here all day, bring the dog and a barbecue down, and maybe at the end of the day have a fair bit of good gold to have in the pan and in my pocket as well.
The Great Australian Gold Rush began in the mid-1800s, attracting prospectors from all over the world to New South Wales and places like Hill End. Today, little remains of those times, but there's no escaping the past. On the outskirts of Hill End, the cemetery bears testimony to some of the many thousands of people who once lived and died here in the search for riches. Tombstones offer poignant reminders of the families who sacrificed their lives in the hope of finding a golden nugget. Sadly, most failed. As Hill End's general store owner Jim Rutherford points out, the real money was to be made in selling picks and spades, and it still applies.
The only way to guarantee success in a gold rush is to sell shovels, and the modern version of shovels is water, pans and coffee.
The latest gold rush has created a run on pans in Hill End. Temporarily out of stock of prospecting paraphernalia, Jim relies on selling coffee and food supplies to new arrivals. Like Jim, people like Job Drinkwater, who's lived in Hill End all his life, never give up. He also makes a living sharing his skills with newcomers and even has his own social media channel. But of one thing, Job is certain: there's plenty of gold just waiting to be dug up.
People think that it's not out there to be found. Down here is a really good spot to perfect your skill, because if you're washing up tiny specks like that, that means when you are out in the field on a good patch, you're going to wash up some really good gold because your skill is certified.
Back in the city, it seems jewellery lovers never tire of gold either, regardless of the price. Nick Chironi runs a high-end jewellery manufacturing business and retail outlet in Sydney.
Gold never loses its prestige, and people love gold because they feel safer with gold, much more than any other metal. And I think it's because, I don't know, because of the colour, because of the flexibility of gold. It's a pliable, it's a metal that you can play with it much easier.
Right now, playing with gold in all its forms is creating another Aussie gold rush, one that requires both long-term optimism and a little patience in the queue of hopefuls waiting to buy or sell their way to a fortune. Roger Maynard, CNA, Sydney.